Greetings, golf addicts, and welcome to the third edition of the Fantasy Golf Sommelier in the 2023 PGA Tour season. And this week we are at Bay Hill in Orlando, Florida for the Arnold Palmer Invitational. This is a great field once again because it's an elevated event. So I cannot wait to get going with my plays of the week. Let's start with the first play of the week, and that is the $10 wine special. Now, if you listen to the podcast, I was actually not really a fan of this guy. Not a fan at all of Aaron Wise, okay? Um, that's good. It's a red blend, by the way, that we're drinking tonight. All right, but Aaron Wise, I think, is a really good play. And I think at 7,200, just getting him cheap like he is, because I think you're going to need to fit in a lot of the top price guys this week, okay? Now, we do typically see carnage at the Arnold Palmer. That's just what's going to happen. We're going to have bad weather, okay? It's looking like it's going to come in on Friday. A lot of wind, not a whole lot of rain, but a lot of bad wind, all right? I think that's going to make a difference here. But here's the thing about Aaron Wise, all right? Finished 17th here last year. He's been in decent form. I mean, you look at his last week he was T29. Okay, that's good. Here's one thing I like about Aaron Wise too. The guy is great in the first round. And you know what? Why don't you throw him in as a first round leader bet? All right, he's 80-1. He is sixth in on the PGA Tour. He's number 6 in first round scoring average in the season of 2023. Okay. Now that dates back to the fall, not just this year, not just, not the calendar year, but back to the fall. Okay. He is number 6 on tour in first round scoring average. I like that for him at 80-1. So he's going to be one of my first round leader plays. And then I like him also at 7,200 on DraftKings. All right. Let's get into some wine talk. All right. Because I'm drinking wine. All right. Now, I'm drinking a red blend. It's actually Rodney Strong. It's a red blend by Rodney Strong, 2019 Sonoma County. Bottle's about $18 to $20, depending on where you are. But it's very good. I think, blends to me, this is just me. All right. I think they taste really good like when you're kind of coming into spring. All right. We're coming out of the winter months. We're getting into spring. We got to ease on into some whites, maybe some rosé. Yeah, some rosé coming in the hotter months. I kind of like a medium-bodied red blend this time of year. Maybe chill it just a little bit. It's not a bad thing to chill some red wine. Okay, just something to put up there in the noggin as you're getting into the spring here, and you want to pick some wines. Okay, and you know what? Here's another thing. Yeah, crap, okay? And here's what I mean. We got to know how to spot a bad wine, okay? We got to know, all right? There's a lot of different factors that are involved here. Actually, I'm going to point out 3, okay? And we're going to start with the first one, all right? The look of it, okay? You can tell a lot by how the wine looks, all right? If you got some cloudiness, all right, that's not good, okay? That is not good. Some wines are actually not meant to age. They're meant to go ahead and drink it, all right? Don't leave it sitting, collecting dust somewhere when it could be a wine that needs to be, like, drank right that minute, like the whole bottle, okay? So don't always think that every single wine that you drink or that you're saving for a special occasion should be saved. It needs to be aged because not all wines need to be aged. And when you get like that cloudiness in there, that's not good, okay? That's not good, all right? So if you see that maybe a changing color, that's another bad thing, all right? If it doesn't look red, if it looks brown, like crap, doo-doo brown, it's probably not good, all right? Just a little, that's number 1, all right? Now, let's get into the second play of the week, and this is the Boone's Farm fade of the week. And I'm going to go with Matthew Fitzpatrick. Now, I like Fitzy. I think he's a very talented player. He won the U.S. Open last year. He had a great season, all right? But I'm a little worried about him this year, all right? And he does have a great history here. This is a bold fade, by the way. He's got 4 straight top 10s in this event, okay? Before that, he had a missed cut, but then 4 straight top 10s. That's pretty good. But I'm a little worried about what his injury status is. They have that that famous Seminole Golf Club Pro member that all these top players play in. I heard he had to back out of that. Okay, maybe a little injury. I don't know. All right, I'm just saying, but I just don't like the form. I mean, look at his recent results. It's very inconsistent. Missed the cut at Pebble Beach. All right, T29 at the Phoenix Open. All right, that's not bad. Missed the cut at the Genesis, a big, full field event. A lot of great players missed the cut there. So very inconsistent. A guy that's 8,800, like Fitzy, I'm just not a fan of. All right. And then if I'm looking at the stats, he's 116th in strokes gained approach in this field. He's 92nd in ball striking right now. Do not like that. Okay. Don't like that at all. He is a decent scrambler, great putter in general. He does tend to avoid some bogeys, and I think that's one of the reasons that he's played well here in the past. But I just don't like the overall form right now. So Matthew Fitzpatrick, you're going to be the fade. All right, let's talk about some. Let's talk about crap again. Crap wine. All right, number two, the number two thing that you need to look out for a bad wine. This is a good one, by the way. It's not bad. Is the smell. All right. There's a few things that you can that you're going to be able to get out of the smell. Okay. Now look, if you smell some sauerkraut, your wine is not good. If you smell some vinegar, it's not going to be good wine. All right. If it's sharp or tangy kind of smelling, it's not going to be good. All right. That means you got a little bit of bacteria in there. Okay. Especially that sauerkraut vinegar smell, bacteria creeping in. Bacteria is never good. What about when you get, some oxidation in the wine? What happens then? Well, you're probably going to it's going to smell a little nutty, a little like applesauce, maybe. I'm not a big applesauce fan. I feel like I was fed applesauce as a kid, and it's like everybody likes applesauce. I just not a big applesauce fan. I'm just not. Another smell that you might see with the a wine that's getting oxidized a little too much. It's like burnt marshmallows. When you're at a campfire and you're trying to do that perfect golden brown around the or the golden color around the marshmallow, and all of a sudden, boom, you get it into a flame and it's burnt. All right. And you can smell that. It's a pretty pungent smell. That's what you may smell when you get a little oxidation in the wine. It's a bad wine. Okay. Just some knowledge there for you. Okay. Some more knowledge. All right. Let's talk about the Pop the Cork play of the week. This is a guy that I don't know how much he's getting talked up. He was less than 10% owned at the Genesis a couple weeks ago. I think that was his last tournament. Let me make sure. Yeah. Was it the Genesis? Yeah. Less than 10% owned, where he finished T20th. And I think Cam Young has kind of, everybody loved him last year. He played great in the majors. He was the hot new thing. Everybody's sort of coming off of him a little bit this year. They're coming off of him. The shine's rubbing off. Okay. But you know what? I like to be early on guys, and I think this is the week to get early on Cam Young. Okay. You look at his history here. First time he ever played here, 13th. That's pretty good. All right. His recent results I already mentioned. Okay. He's coming in decent form. You look at his stats. He's number 11th off the tee, top 50 in strokes gained approach, top 20 in ball striking. He can make some birdies when you need to. We know he can make birdies on the par fives out here. The guy can hit it a long way. The problem with Cam Young that we have seen, okay, is strokes gained around the green and his putter. All right. Those are the two things that last year, when he was doing really good in these, in the majors, in these top field events, he was putting well and his strokes gained around the green. So his scrambling was really good. I think it's starting to come back a little bit. All right. We're seeing little signs here and there. Okay. So I think we might get good Cam Young this week. I love the fact that he's going to be lower owned. I would not be shocked if he's less than 10% again, just like he was at the Genesis. So Cam Young is going to be the Pop the Cork and Let It Breathe play of the week. All right. Woo. Rodney Strong, by the way. If you're ever just like shopping around for some good wine, Rodney Strong's a good one. It's just like a go-to. All right. And not too expensive. Just a good overall, whether it's a Chardonnay, a Cab, or like this red blend that they have. 2019, Sonoma County. Mm. All right. Now, let's talk about a little more crap, some crap wine. The last thing you need to take note of on a bad wine is the taste, all right? And that's, what's going to happen when you open a bad wine. Maybe you're like trying to bustle around and get it all open. You don't even have time to smell it, okay? You don't have time to even look at it, but you certainly got time to taste it. We know that, okay? Here's some things you're going to taste. Just like smell, maybe a little vinegar, tasting some vinegar. There could be a horseradish taste. If you get a horseradish taste, cool. That's not going to be good. You may get like kind of like caramelized flavor. That sounds awful. Like if you get some caramelization in the mouth, that's going to be terrible. So that's something that you need to pay attention to. That's an easy one. All right. The taste is an easy one. If you taste a bad wine, you're going to know it. All right. Now, here's a question that I kind of ask myself: is bad wine dangerous? Am I going to hurt myself by drinking bad wine? No, you're not really going to hurt yourself. Okay. But here's one thing I want you to do, okay? Throw it away. You do not need to try to power through some bad wine, okay? I know you want to drink some wine. You're ready to drink some wine. It's the only bottle you got, okay? You don't have any. You can't go to the store. You open it up in front of some family members or a date, or you got some company over, your friends. Don't power through it, okay? It's bad wine. Just throw it out. Live to fight another day, okay? It's not going to hurt you, but live to fight another day. All right. Now, that is all I've got for this week's Fantasy Golf Sommelier for the Arnold Palmer Invitational. I think it's going to be a great tournament. I hope the weather doesn't get too bad with the wind and everything else and screw everybody's lineups up when we're trying to figure out what wave we want to go with and all that kind of stuff. But I think it's going to be a great week. And I'm going to be back again next week for the Players Championship. Yep, 2 in a row. Once again for the Fantasy Golf Sommelier. Cannot wait to see you. Hey, everybody have a great week. May your screens be green. Win all your bets. And you know what? Cheers. Boom.